So I want to go now to Senator Chris Coons. So I want to ask you now the story's changed a little bit, right? I mean, he goes out, takes his mask off, he goes in with people, he's unmasked, they're there, he then wants to reshoot it. So they all stay around him while he keeps his mask off to reshoot it. So he likes how it looks. Your reaction?
Erin, I can't believe that I'm still capable of being surprised at anything Donald Trump does. This is just another reminder. We elected a reality TV star who doesn't take seriously the health and the risks that he's putting others through. The CDC just renewed their guidance that COVID-19 can be spread, can be airborne, particularly in indoor spaces. And after tweeting out that he's learned a lot about COVID-19 in his brief stay at Walter Reed, he demonstrated, first, that he cares more about appearances than substance. Second, that he doesn't take seriously the health and safety of the folks at the White House. I'll remind you, nearly 20 people were infected in recent days over events at the White House. And last, he shows that he isn't the leader we need to bring us through this pandemic safely. Just since he went to Walter Reed, 10,000 more Americans have been infected, and this coming week, 5,000 Americans will die. President Trump is not setting a good example of how to respond in this pandemic.
So the fact is, though, that he did just stage this, right? He staged the whole thing. He produced it with the helicopter arrival. He then literally wanted to stage and do redos, as if this is a reality TV show. I mean, as if it's fiction, right? As if it's entertainment. I guess let's just call it that. It's entertainment. Meanwhile, those who are there that's their job, and they just were put in a position of risk, right? Personal health risk.
Erin, it reminds me of how he chose to go out for a ride around town to wave at his supporters, putting at risk the Secret Service agents who were compelled to travel with him. The ways in which his example is misleading Americans into doing risky things. You just had Kristen on, who lost her father, who believed it was okay to go unmasked because he saw President Trump doing that. I'll remind you, in recent months, President Trump has led thousands of his supporters in large rallies, unmasked, not socially distant, not following public health guidelines.
In retrospect, everybody's learned a lesson. And the very basic thing in that you can't have us test 72 hours before. I'm putting aside the fact as to whether the president even had one that was negative, because they've refused to disclose that information. But 72 hours is too many hours, okay? And an honor system isn't acceptable. We've learned a whole lot of things. So now, I was, talking to a doctor this weekend who said the obvious thing is to put plexiglass up, whether you're separating them or not. And so what's your response to that from the vice president's own team, still mocking basic safety?
We need to be more vigilant. We need to be more determined to keep people safe. If even the President of the United States, surrounded by people with world-class health care being tested every day, can get COVID-19, that means we need to be more vigilant. And for the Vice President to mock my colleague, Senator Harris, for this, for Lindsey Graham to be barreling ahead with confirmation hearings in the Senate without a clear path towards doing so safely, is just a reminder of the ways in which, in this pandemic, our Republican leadership, the president, vice president, haven't been committed to our safety.
Senator, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.